Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy, and I'm here joined with Iryna, the Baroness of Crypto.
Thank you, Da Vinci.
How are you doing today?
Very well.
All right, you're excited about learning how to do the little lady strategy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe as I told you, it will become Da Vinci strategy.
Well, I learned the little lady strategy from Brian Beamish, from the Rational Investor. He actually taught me that strategy, and if you want to learn more, you can head over to his website, therationalinvestor.com, and he'll teach you also how to trade as well. So, but today I'm going to be teaching the Baroness of Crypto, right here, about Bitcoin, how to trade actually the altcoins into Bitcoin. And we're gonna have lots of fun. Let's head over to the charts. Well, shall we? Let's head to these charts. All right, so I would like to start off by teaching you what a candle. Do you know what a Japanese candlestick is?
Japanese candles?
Yes, these are Japanese candlesticks.
Okay, why Japanese?
Why they're called Japanese candles? Because they were actually invented by the Japanese. It didn't exist in North America until after the World War, because actually Japanese society is a closed society, and so they had a lot of technology that people never knew from the West, and they used this in order to determine prices and how to determine how prices would work through the market and be able to predict the prices. So now everybody uses Japanese candlesticks ever since World War II, after World War II. So Japanese candlesticks, they give you a lot of information, right? And let's just zoom in a little bit. So Japanese candlesticks give you a lot of information. We've got it on the 12 hour, but I'm going to switch it to daily. So I'm going to switch it to each candlestick represents one whole day. Mm-hmm. Right? And so you can switch it, I can make it, each candlestick represents one whole hour. If I switch to 1 hour, every candlestick represents 1 hour. Mm-hmm. The 1 hour, right? So that's what each of those candlesticks represent right now, 1 hour. But I'm going to go to daily, so that we can we can talk about that on the daily time frame. And so everything trades in the altcoin space or crypto space between UTC time. You know what the UTC time is? It's Greenwich Mean Time. Mm-hmm. It's from the London time, right? And so if you have any questions, just interrupt me, right?
Okay.
Right? And each candlestick closes at the Greenwich Mean Time at midnight Greenwich Mean Time. So, for example, this is for the dailies. And so, for example, this green candlestick represents, right, what happened during that day. And what can you see? Well, the green means that the market went up that day. That's what it means.
Green, it means up.
Yes.
When it's red?
It means down.
Down, okay.
Got it? And so we can see that the market opens at the bottom, right, and closes at the top of the green stick, right? That's where it closed. That's meaning that, hey, you know what? The session for trading for that day ended at the top, and then the red one, and it opens. The red one opens at the top, always opens at the top,
yeah,
and then closes at the bottom. So this is where it closed, right here. Now you'll notice that there's these little wicks, right? White lines. What does that mean, right? You're wondering. There's little wicks at the bottom and the top of each of these candlesticks. These are called wicks, right? Right. So you have the bottom wick and lower and a top wick, right? Hanging out sometimes. Sometimes there are no wicks, but not very often. There's wicks most of the time. And what that means is the market actually traded way up here during the day, right? Came all the way up here to this point, and then came all the way back down.
So it was like 10 minutes of up very high.
It doesn't tell you how much time. Actually, you have to go down to a smaller time frame. It doesn't show you how much time, but it just shows you that in that day, price went up to that position, that price, to this level here. Went all the way up.
If you're lucky one to catch it, you're lucky one.
Exactly, but we don't know how much volume and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that volume and stuff like that later on. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, but if you go back to like hours, there is also green and red.
Yes, those are just based on hour though.
So by hours they say like which
Yeah,
hours
each hour.
up and down. Okay.
Exactly. So let's go to the hourly. Exactly. Let's go to the hourly, and you can see that. Right? You can see that each of these candles, right, are just 1 hour, represents 1 hour. So let's just move ourselves out of the way there. And you can see over here that this candlestick, so right now the time is 10:50. So another 10 minutes, this candlestick will be finished. And so we'll create a new candlesticks in 10 minutes, and then just make a new one on the next, and then show you what was the price action between that particular hour. So here again, on the hourly, right, you can see that price opened at this green candle opened up here, closed up here, and then went a little bit higher, and then came back down, and then it closed, and then we see the red candlestick, which is what happened in the next price action. Basically, the next hour, price went down, and then this next hour, price went up a little bit, but not much, and then this next hour, price went down again. So you can see everything what's happening. Now, this is the basis of the basics of learning how to trade, because you need to learn how to understand these Japanese candlesticks, because everybody uses them, right? And they give you a lot of information. You can use this information in many, many different ways, but we're not going to get into that in today's video. We're going to just show you what the candlesticks are. Now that you've learned the basics of the candlesticks, we're going to go on to teach you a few other things. Like, for example, you can see right here. All right, let's just zoom over to. You see what happened in this hourly candlestick. In 1 hour, price went zooming up and then coming right back down. Got to be careful, because you might think, oh yeah, I could have caught that. Probably not, because there might not be enough volume.
Not enough volume.
Because there might not enough. Like, let's just say you wanted $1 million.
Yeah.
You wanted to sell $1 million. There might not be enough people wanting to buy it for $1 million up here, right? And so you wouldn't actually be able to sell it. So that's the problem, right? With volume, right? If there's not enough people wanting to, because this was what happened. Somebody bought a whole bunch of Link here, and then they could have bought like, not less than $1 million, or maybe like 100,000. There was just nobody selling. That's all, right? That's what caused the price to go super high, and then so people go, oh my God, the price is high, and they came in and then they sold, and there was nobody there, so to buy it, there's nobody there to buy it, so that means the price comes back down, and that's what happened. So it's so let's just talk about the next thing, right? Which this line on this chart here, this is called a 200 moving average. What's a moving average? Moving average is basically, it takes an average of the price, right? So it calculates 200 price closes every single candlestick. It goes 200 periods back. There's a lot to go back, 200 periods, and then it adds them all up and divides them by 200. And so each time it gets that number, it shows you where it is on the chart, right? So for example, it'll take 200 it takes 200 different closing periods, right? Adds it all up, divides it by 200, and that's the price at an average basis. And when we see price below the 200 period moving average, that's bearish, meaning that things are not looking so good, right? With the price, things are not looking good at all. Right? At the 200 period moving average, both on the daily and on the hourly, you can see that the 200 moving average, right, this brown line, is actually going down. So we know that things are not looking so good for Link right now. If price is above the 200 period moving average, it means things are going very well, right? So that's very important.
And 200, you are calculating it?
Yes, the system automatically calculates it. See, the charts automatically calculate it for you. So if you go back, you can see it goes back as far as it can, because you see how it doesn't go back any further here? Because there's not 200 periods. That's why. After that, before that. It's only at this point there was actually 200 periods to calculate. So it can't go any further. See how it just starts right there? Yeah, there you go. And you can see that we're not in a very bullish stance. I don't always use the 200 period moving average to give you information because it's not 100% accurate. What I do use is what's called volume. See this? Volume speaks volumes. Yes.
Volume, is it down?
Yes, right here. It's right down here. Right there.
Okay.
You see how this is volume? You can see, let's go back and look at the volume. As the price started to go up, right, you can see volume start to go up with it. Right? That means that's how many people buying and selling, basically. Right?
Yeah.
That's what the volume is, right? It tells you how many people are buying and how many people are selling.
And
the green ones, and the green volume candles is up, and the red one's down, of course. Right? And the volume speaks volume because it shows you who's there, who's buying. Are they interested? Do people care? Right? About this particular product. And you can, if we zoom out a little bit, you can see, unfortunately, well, actually we zoom out enough, right? You can see, actually it's still people are interested. So here's what's happened. Price, people started getting interested and started buying. You can see, started buying, and price and the volume keep going up. Now the volume is going down, but it's not going down a lot, meaning that people are not selling everything to get away from this product. You can see how this is a volume of, this is a total of all volume. If the people who bought here, around here, or maybe down in this level were selling, you would see it here in this. You would see a whole bunch of, this thing would be coming all the way back down to this level right here, to where it was started. That would be really bad. That would be horrible. That'd be like, oh my God, stay away from this nonsense. Like, whoa. Like horrible. That's why I have the 200 period moving average only gives you a sense of, hey, things are going good or things are going bad.
Okay, then you look to a volume. How
Just
much it's really trading.
Yes, whether or not people are actually interested. So yes, people are interested. So it's easy for you to say, okay, if the price comes down on this, right? Because you can see the volume right here, right?
Yeah.
Right there. Right there. You can see it. You can see that that volume, right, shows that, hey, it's okay. It's okay. So people are, yeah, sure. A few people are selling, but there's still most people are interested in holding.
So it's a good time to buy link?
Yes, it is. And then here's another reason why you can. Let's start with what's called a Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement. Fibs are like a little complicated, right? So they are basically everything in the world, everything in the universe, everything grows based on the Fibonacci sequence. Everything. Fibonacci is a person who invented the sequence. He discovered it. Right? He discovered a sequence, right, where it starts off right with 0, right, and 1, and then you add these two together, and then you get the next number, right? You add these two numbers together, and you get the next number. You add these two numbers, and you get the next number.
Okay.
You add the next two numbers, and then you add the next number. You get the next number, and you add the two numbers, and you get the next number. That's how it works. Over and over, forever, and then into infinity. But what's interesting about the Fibonacci sequence is that it creates as it grows, right? There's a basically a percentage between the growth cycle. There's a percentage in between the growth, and so that percentage, right, between the growth of the Fibonacci cycle is basically the numbers that we use, right, here on the fibs. And the main ones that we use, right, the main one is the 61.8. That 61.8 is the main Fibonacci level number.
So it starts from this number?
Yes, you could use this number is the most important number. Okay. Right? Because the price action loves to come back to the 61.8 in most cases. You can see that it as it bounced, as it came up to the top and came back down, It came really close to the Fibonacci level and then bounced off of it, but then it broke it. And the next level is the 78.6 Fibonacci sequence. And you can see I bought exactly at the just above the 78.6 because I was a little nervous that it was not going to hit it. But it did. It hit the 78.6 and bounced. And you can see it's staying between the 61.8 and 78.6.
Okay, how you know that it will not go more down from 70?
There's no guarantee of that.
Not guaranteed. Listen, you are lucky one. How you bought 78 and then it go up?
Yes.
How come you predict that it's time to buy?
Because of the Fibonacci sequence, always, right? Not always, but most of the time, price action stays inside that Fibonacci sequence, Fibonacci numbers. So if you take those numbers, right, you draw them from the top to the bottom, most of the time, right? Especially for the little lady strategy, just top to the bottom for now.
Yeah.
Right? You'll see that, hey, you know what, price, this is where you would actually want to buy. You don't never buy tops.
But how you calculate it?
How you calculate it?
Yeah.
Well, the computer does it for you, so you can.
How computer? So how you programmed it to calculate?
Well, it's a chart, right? So you have all these tools, right? So you just click
Yeah.
on Fibonacci, and one of the tools that they have.
And it sends you a message that now it's time to buy.
Not really. You can tell it. You can tell it that though. You can say, for example, with Coinigy. Let me just delete that. Oops. There we go. Did I accidentally clicked on the fib here? There we go. So let's show you alerts. So we can actually, say time to buy, and then we're going to click on price, and I want to adjust the price
according to Fibonacci numbers.
I want to say, okay, hey, when the price comes down, I could tell Coinigy to say, you know what, at this price right here, I'm going to say it's time to buy, and then Coinigy will alert me by sending me an SMS message or text message, hey, we're low, we're down to these prices. In fact, I already have some set up just in case it came all the way to the 88.6, which is also a number that price action generally comes back to only if it's a coin. If it's a coin, yeah, price is coming back to that.
Mm-hmm. Can you repeat please again how you calculate this price exactly? That 47.2, yeah?
Oh, let me just do it all over again. I'm going to do it all over again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click on the top here, all the way to the bottom. There you go.
Yeah.
And then you can see, right, it actually gives me the numbers. Now, right? And
I understand.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do too much work. There you go. And I can see where I'm going to be buying, which is 78.6 or the 88.6. These are the numbers that I have set up that I'm interested in buying. Now, you could actually change those numbers. You can add your own numbers, right? But I just use the ones that I want, and that's the 78.6, the 88.6, the 61.8. That's all I care about. And 0 and 1, of course, but those are just the beginning and ending positions. And so that's basically all the little lady does is draw fibs like this, and then she buys the bottom.
Yeah, so you go to Fibonacci,
Yes.
it's calculated for you.
Exactly.
Then you put it a price, yeah.
And then you buy there.
Price alert, and you got SMS and you buy it.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's it. Right? So we could do that with any particular coin. Let's just try fuel. I wonder if fuel is doing anything. T-fuel, actually, it is what I was looking at one time, and I thought that was doing very well. Ooh, look at that. T-fuel came back down. Now, I got a little greedy, and this is what the problem is. When you're trading right? You get emotional. You watch something go up, you watch it go up, you go up, and you're like, oh, it's gonna go higher. It's gonna go a lot higher. And what happens is you get greedy, right? And you buy sooner than you should. And look what I did. I bought right here because I was thinking, oh no, it's gonna go to the moon. No, it doesn't. It always comes back down. It always comes, always.
But it's just one time, just very quick one.
Always come back down. So yeah, so keep that in mind and just draw your fibs, right? And then wait for it to come back down. Look where I bought. Look. Do you see it? Right at the 78.6. Right? It was okay to buy right here, the 61, just below the 61.8. Right? Right here. That's another point where I bought. Right? You see it? You see it?
It
right?
means this signs means that you're buying it.
Yeah, the green ones. The green arrow is up. That's
and
what I
red?
bought. And the red ones is when I sold it.
Okay.
Right? And you can see.
Oh my God! But you sold good one.
Yes, exactly. that's what the little lady strategy is about. It's like selling half on a double and making money.
Exactly. And you put a lot, or how you knew when to?
Yeah, I put a lot in this.
Exactly. Yeah.
About a half a Bitcoin or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I put quite a bit, and yeah, it did very well. Right, and I sold half on a double, and then now I'm buying back because it's come back down. So now that it's come back down, right, I put these buy orders in, and now, you know what, I think I'm going to sell half on a double up here. Now I did an average, what you're supposed to do as the little lady strategy. You're supposed to actually sell every single buy order should have a separate seller. So for example, if I buy here at this price, that means I look to double from there. So how much did I pay? I paid. We can read the numbers now. And the first time I should have bought, when I bought at 700 sats, right? 700. I should have another sell order. I should have a sell order at 1400. When I bought here, right, at 10,000 sats or 1,000 sats, sorry, 1,053 sats, I should have a sell order at approximately 2,100. All right, and that's the math. That's just, if you follow that rule, you'll maximize your profits on a little lady strategy. And if I bought a little bit more here.
And you're exactly the same. You put an alarm when it will be.
Yeah, but what I did was I took an average of everything that I bought, and that's why I'm selling it. Everything at 1400 sats is because I did an average of all my buys, and I put it at that level. So it's not the best way to do the little lady strategy. It's if you separate each buy orders, it's just a lot of work. If you every time you buy, you sell half on the double. That's it. And if you do that, you make a lot of money very, very fast. Most people 10x their money within 1 year. 10x. Not their money, their Bitcoins. Wow. Yes. 10x their Bitcoins.
Looking forward to it.
Within 1 year, on average, right? They go 10x their Bitcoins. That's crazy money, isn't it?
Yeah.
This one person went to put in 1 Bitcoin into the little lady strategy, and he made it into 10 in 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. So, wow.
Yes. Yes.
And it's just simply you're buying, and then you put it into the program.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
That's it. It's really easy. I can show you a process. Let me just go to another coin so that we can show you the whole process. Let's see here. I'm gonna choose a random coin. So that you can see that whole process. And I'm gonna go okay, there we go. You go. Random coin. Absolutely random. Now this coin already taken off quite a bit. And let's just go to the trade. And then you can see that I have quite a bit of Bitcoin here. I need to start, shopping for something. right? And buy something. But we can see that I have a sell order, right? Look at, I'm going to move this over a little bit. You can see I have the sell order right here, but we're still behind it, right? There's a sell order here, but it's already should have been triggered. And so I should put in another sell order, right? And so what I do is I go, hey, you know what? I want to sell half on a double because it already, you know, I already got paid here, right? And so I'm going to get, so once I get paid, I just go and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell half when price goes up to approximately, because I want 0.25 Bitcoin on this thing. So I'm going to drag that up here. There we go. And there it is. There's the sell order. See it? Boom. Payday. Love it when I get paid. And then I'm going to...
Oh, they executed.
Yeah, it executed the other one. And so I'm going to... yeah, because it just, we refreshed it and it executed. There you go. See, this one right here, it got executed just now. It's a little delayed for it to update the screen, but it will do it eventually. And then there you go. I just, in order to sell the next half, because I've already sold that, I want to sell half, right? I just tell it, hey, you know what? I want 50% right here, right? Did you see that? 50% right there. Yes. And then, boom. I hit sell. Yes. Sell. And that's it. I just wait. I just wait until sells half. And that's it.
And it sells itself.
Yeah, exactly.
How it can be so fantastic.
I know. It is fantastic. I know. The little lady strategy is so simple.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
And thanks to programming that it's doing all work.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
it's quite simple, right?
Yeah.
But you know, simple people like don't think simple processes can make you money, right?
Can we do it? Can we do it? I can't believe it. Can I do it myself?
Yes, if you want to, we can do it afterward. I can show you how to do it afterwards.
Okay,
right?
okay.
After the show, yes, it's quite simple. I know, it's like anybody can do it. Yes, so I mean, that's why I love the little lady strategy. I think everybody should do the little lady strategy. They should, because it's really straightforward, right? Don't you think?
Exactly.
Doesn't take the whole. You didn't need to be like a super genius to figure this out, right?
Just couple buttons.
Couple buttons. All you need to know is like how to read Japanese candlesticks, and then put from the top to the bottom. You really don't even need Japanese candlesticks, but I just want to do it anyways. You draw your fibs from the top to the bottom, and that's it. And then you buy the 61.8 and the 78.6 and the 88.6 if you want to. And that's it. That's it. There is nothing much to it.
Okay, which program you using?
I'm using Coinigy, right?
Coinigy.
And I'm going to be giving away a couple of Coinigys. I think my staff has already selected the winners for the Coinigy. Hopefully you are a winner. You get a 1-year free subscription to Coinigy. Also access to DaVinciJ15.com. Remember, right? This is, what I really stress. I want to stress that it's so simple to do the little lady strategy. I know I made it really even simpler in today's show, right? But if you want more details, I do have free videos. If you head over to www.davincicodes.net/videos, you'll see free videos there. They're a little bit longer, about 3 hours worth of, not 3 hours, actually 6 hours worth of videos, content, and you'll be able to learn more in depth on the little lady strategy. But you can see how easy it is, right?
It is so easy because you explain it easily.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
For people who don't know, it's just that, oh my god, it's just candles and some game that but how is the way you explained it? It's easy. So thank you, Da Vinci.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show, and we hope to see you soon.
Of course, looking forward.
Alrighty. Cheers.